Even though Star Wars Outlaws originally released back in 2024, I only just played it for the very first time here in December 2025. No nostalgia, no launch hype, no expectations shaped by trailers or early reviews. Just one simple question going in. How does Star Wars Outlaws actually feel to play for the very first time right now? And if this video is gonna convince you guys, you're probably gonna play it in 2026. And honestly, for me, the first few hours surprised me. Instead of Jedi, Sith and lightsabers, you step into the role of Kay Vess, a small-time outlaw trying to survive in the criminal underworld of the galaxy. Together with her pet companion alien Nix, I don't know how to call him otherwise, you're thrown into trouble immediately after a failed heist leaves her marked for dead. A massive bounty is placed on her head and she's forced into planning one giant job to buy her freedom. As a first-time player in 2025, that setup immediately works. It feels grounded, personal, and refreshingly different from most Star Wars stories. You're not special, you're not chosen, you're just trying to not die. That's something different than I'm used to from Star Wars. What hit me right away is just how alive this world feels. Traveling to planets like Tatooine, Kijimi, Akiva, and the new world Toshara, I'm gonna mispronounce everything by the way, those worlds genuinely feel immersive. Cantinas are packed with alien life, shady deals happen in dark corners, stormtroopers patrol the streets, and everything just, feels layered with motion and sound. It's just all so alive. And Sebek, by the way, that instantly became one of my favorite minigames. Just like dice in Kingdom Come Deliverance. If you watch my live streams, you know how I get addicted to those games. It's just simple, addictive, and perfectly fits the outlaw fantasy in this game. Just sitting in a cantina, gambling credits already made the galaxy feel real. Your actions, by the way, shape your reputation with 4 major crime syndicates. The Hutts, Crimson Dawn, the Pikes, and the Shiga clan. I hope I pronounced everything right. On my first playthrough, I constantly felt the tension of choosing who to trust. Work with one faction too often and others start treating you like an enemy. Discounts, safe zones, ambushes, hostile territory, it all ties into how you behave. That said, the longer I played, the more I also started noticing the cracks. For a game that feels so atmospheric, the core gameplay loop becomes repetitive faster than I expected. Most missions follow the same structure. Sneak in, distract enemies with Nix, perform silent takedowns, or you can also go in guns blazing, and hack or steal something. Then you gotta escape in a shootout. Early on it feels tense, later it becomes predictable. Combat revolves around Kay's multi-mode blaster. It works well, but enemy variety is limited. Instead of smarter enemies, the game throws mostly tougher enemies with more health at you. After many hours, firefights start to blur together. Traversal with speeders and climbing feels smooth, and hacking and lockpicking systems are fine, but none of these mechanics really evolve. On the first playthrough in 2025, that lack of progression in gameplay systems becomes more noticeable than it probably did at the launch of this game. The reputation system is strong, but many faction contracts still feel like classic Ubisoft style fetch quests. You're often collecting, stealing, sabotaging or eliminating targets with limited story depth attached. It works mechanically, but it rarely delivers truly memorable side stories. Then there's space combat, something the marketing heavily pushed and I was actually looking forward to. As a new player, this was honestly one of the biggest disappointments. Flying the Trailblazer is fun for a while, but space combat is shallow and underdeveloped. Lock on, shoot, manage cooldowns and repeat. It feels more like a bonus feature than a fully realized gameplay pillar. Visually, the planets look stunning again, but even in late 2025, the game is still not perfectly stable, gotta be honest. I encountered crashes, broken objectives, missing audio during missions, and a few moments where I had to reload earlier saves just to continue. These issues don't ruin the entire experience, it wasn't that often, it just happened a handful of times, but they are still far too present for a game of this age. Where Star Wars Outlaws truly won me over, even as a brand new player, is Kay herself. She's confident, sarcastic, but clearly hiding fear and doubt under the surface. Her bond with Nix feels genuine, emotional and natural. That relationship alone carries a lot of the game's heart. Building the crew through characters like Jalen and the droid ND5 also grows on you over time. It starts slow, but once the group dynamic forms, the story becomes far more engaging. So, the big question, is Star Wars Outlaws worth playing for the very first time in 2025? Well, it definitely depends on the money as well. I paid 20 bucks for this game. So for 20 bucks, it's an amazing game. And if you're a Star Wars fan, absolutely. The atmosphere alone is worth the experience. The galaxy feels alive, criminal, dangerous, and beautifully broken. If you're an open world gamer, your enjoyment will fully depend on how much repetition you can tolerate. The design is familiar, safe, and very Ubisoft, for better and for worse. I played it for the main story mainly, so I ditched most of the side quests because the main story is also a lot of fetch quests, honestly. If you can't handle those, this game is not for you, trust me. And if you expect deep space combat, constant danger from your bounty or highly cinematic side stories, temper those expectations because, like I just said, not even the main story is really cinematic. Star Wars Outlaws is not a masterpiece, it's not revolutionary, but as a first-time experience in 2025, it's still a flawed, atmospheric outlaw fantasy that left a strong impression on me. I hope this video helped you out. Let me know if you're gonna play it, and if you already played it, what did you think about the game, and what do you think about my video? Please press like and subscribe to the channel to stay updated. Have a great day.